Pandora was based on this location in China. Floating mountains, thick mist, wild cliffs. This place inspired the famous movie Avatar. In this week's episode of our travel journal in China, we left modern Beijing behind and landed right in the middle of nature's raw, wild side. Rain, crowds, chaos, and moments of breathtaking calm. This is the side of China we were looking for. Welcome to Zhangjiajie. We are a German-Turkish family of 5, traveling together to learn about new cultures, try new food, and explore the incredible diversity of places like China. Last week, we wrapped up our time in Beijing. And while we were wowed by the history at the Forbidden City and the futuristic robotics in the China Science and Technology Museum, this week is all about nature. And it couldn't be more different. After a light breakfast, we checked out of our hotel. Then we took a Didi taxi to the airport. The drive took less than an hour. Upon arrival, we checked our luggage in for the Air China flight and still had some time to stroll around the airport. Did you know that the Beijing Daxing International Airport was designed by the legendary architect Zaha Hadid, combining futuristic curves with traditional Chinese symmetry? It's built to handle over 100 million passengers a year.
Wow!
Ist Prime?
I am Optimus Prime.
Alles gut?
Ja, das ist sehr laut.
Das ist laut.
小贝斯，关闭面具。
Wow, Malik, sag mal was.
Jarvis, open the mask.
这真好。
What impresses you more here, Malik's drum skills or the size of that store manager?
Du musst wahrscheinlich Gas geben, in eine Richtung drehen.
When we found a Japanese restaurant that was packed with people, we couldn't resist. We also had to try something. And then it was really time to say goodbye to Beijing and board a flight to Zhangjiajie, the place in Pandora with the floating mountains in Avatar. It's supposed to be the kind of destination where nature feels untamed and unpredictable, and we were about to experience that firsthand. After landing in Zhangjiajie and even from the gangway, we caught a glimpse of something unbelievable in the distance. But before we show you that view, let us quickly talk about something less scenic, but honestly just as important for us as travelers: staying connected.
You've probably seen other travelers and YouTubers talk about how hard it is to access things like Gmail, YouTube and Instagram in China. But for us, even way out here, far from the big cities, everything worked instantly. As always, we just opened the app, hit the red button,
Got the 3, 2, 1 countdown,
and boom, we are connected. Online surfing,
Smooth.
messaging family that we landed,
No issues.
uploading to our socials.
Works like a charm.
The connection is stable, quick and hassle-free, even when surrounded by misty nature instead of skyscrapers. It's become such a normal part of our travel routine that we barely think about it anymore.
But we'd miss it instantly if it wasn't there.
If you want to try it for yourself, here's a one-day free trial premium service for you. Just follow the link in the QR code. Okay, now back to that view in Zhangjiajie.
Would you rather explore a high-tech city like Shanghai or Beijing, or escape into China's wild landscapes? I had booked a bed and breakfast in the center of Zhangjiajie, and they sent a driver to pick us up from the airport with a car large enough for all our luggage. The city of Zhangjiajie is comparatively small for Chinese conditions, with a permanent population of roughly 1.5 million and a significant portion belonging to various so-called ethnic minorities. At our cozy bed and breakfast, we pretty much just dropped our big suitcases and backpacks because we were hungry and couldn't wait to get some dinner. Immediately, Zhangjiajie felt different. The air was hot and humid, and the ground was sticky. Strange, as if someone had poured out glue or something. It was also much louder on the streets, and somehow it reminded us of maybe Vietnam or Thailand. Definitely less polished than Shanghai or Beijing. And there were also some, let's call it, unknown things on the restaurant menus. But the people seemed warm, open and welcoming in their own way.
Das ist okay. Du hast irgendwie... Ni hao, hallo. Rocky Road, please. Tourism Specialty Store. Was ist das denn für eine Specialty? Beef Powder. Das sieht ganz gut aus, sonst. Das ist irgendwie Touristeninfo. Ja.
Aber das haben eigentlich immer alle gesagt, wenn man so die YouTube-Videos, da hieß es überall, kann man ohne Probleme alles alleine machen, individuell.
Okay, das ist wahrscheinlich auch so. Hier ist auch nochmal ein Supermarkt. Das sieht schon wieder so ein bisschen spicy aus. Garnelen oder so. Ihr müsst auch mal so Bauch-T-Shirt nach oben gezogen rumlaufen.
Das ist ja eigentlich so dieses
Typisch
dieses Vorurteil.
Schafhander.
By the way, this store on the left became our favorite one. Here, you get all kinds of snacks in tiny portions. Perfect when traveling.
你好。Das ist aber so ein Steak halt. Das ist halt kein großes Essen. Ich würde jetzt sowas nicht essen wollen unbedingt. Thank you. Ja, lass uns lieber in so ein Restaurant, Schatzi. Ja, ich weiß, aber... Hallo. Hm? Pork oder so.
Ja, nimmst du ihn auch?
Mhm.
Hallo.
Hoi. Ein Stück halt, ne?
Ich brauche kein Fleisch heute mehr. Ich brauche irgendwie nur noch eine Gemüsebeilage oder sowas.
I liked the music here, so I checked whether my Google app could recognize the song, but it didn't. And then we found this cute restaurant where all 5 of us found something on the menu.
Dann nehmen wir noch ein Stück von drüben.
Ja, ich nehme. Also, ja, newer. Ja, Urs als Sohn.
Ja.
Newer, ja, newer als Daughter.
So, können wir es ein bisschen hier rüberziehen? Dann können wir nicht aufgucken. Du hattest doch letztens so eine Kartoffel. Die waren noch ganz gut, ne? Das ist sowas in der Art auch vielleicht, ne? Was ist das?
Was ist das? Spicy oder nicht?
Also das teuerste, ne? Also was Großes brauchen wir eigentlich nicht, oder?
Nee, guck mal, mach du erstmal.
Über so Kleinigkeiten. Ja, characterized by it's spicy.
The menu turned out to be quite large, so it took us a while to choose something. But at the end, we decided on a few different dishes. At some point, Ahmed was quite aggressive because he was tired and hungry. But good food can change moods.
Dass falls hier Käfer oder so sind, dass die dann hier kleben bleiben.
Vielleicht. And then we got confronted with our expectations. And Alpay found out that he might have to face his fear of heights again. And I opened up to the kids that we might be able to see some monkeys too. The next morning started different than we had anticipated. Our host had given us helpful directions on how to get to the national park entrance, but with the weather, we decided to go by taxi instead of bus. We each had a small backpack with essentials and a change of clothes, because we were going to stay inside the national park tonight, something not everybody does. When we reached the entrance area, it still poured. Not just rain, we're talking about tropical-style monsoon. Luckily, our bed and breakfast host had handed us raincoats and a tip: buy rain boot slippers. But Ahmed was not in the mood. This is not what he came for.
Ni-hao! From Zhangjiajie National Park forest. It's raining, so we are all dressed up now. We are about to enter the national park. The lady at the reception yesterday said that we might be lucky to experience both typical climates here in the mountains. One already, very cloudy, quite wet, and with a bit of luck, it might clear up later on. It looks like it's getting lighter, and hopefully, we'll also be able to see the mountains, the Avatar Mountains. Maybe, I wouldn't even expect sunshine, but at least dry weather for a little bit at least. That would be really great. We just decided to, we have to take the shuttle bus in a little bit. We have to go in. Our passports will be our tickets because we already got them reserved. And then we have to take the shuttle bus. And afterwards, we can decide whether we want to hike or whether we want to take the cable car up the mountain. And actually, our plan was to hike up there. The lady at the reception last night said that it should take about 2 hours with the kids, maybe up to 3 hours. But due to the weather, we just take the cable car and then another shuttle bus, and then we can hopefully start hiking up there a little bit and enjoy the view. So, come along, new adventure. We just went to the bathroom quickly and yeah, got all geared up. And now we are ready to mingle, ready for another adventure. And it actually feels and smells a little bit like in Nepal, I think. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go. Come along.
So, we took our host's advice and set off, despite weather and mood. Oh, and did I tell you? We were not the only ones. Yes, it was not just rain. There was one queue after another. First, a queue for the shuttle bus. Then, another for the cable car. And another, and another. But at least, the crowd was usually moving. And then, at some point, we made it.
Ich habe keine Hand frei. Schnell rein, rein, rein. Komm, komm.
好，坐好，脚放在线内啊，雨衣收好。
Alles gut? Ja, eigentlich ja. Oh, das geht ganz schnell.
Can you see it? Alpay is putting on his brave face for the kids and because there are other people around. But if you know him, you see how uncomfortable he feels because of his fear of heights.
So we made it to the top station of the cable car of Tianzi Mountain. And I guess here you would have a beautiful view, but we see nothing. We only have fog around us. Fog! So we have to imagine what it could look like. Well, my suggestion is that we wait for a few minutes, maybe, just maybe, it will clear up just a little bit. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, what can we tell you? We'd hoped to hike, but the rain, the crowds, and the lines had other plans. But hey, the people were surprisingly chill. No grumpy faces, barely any pushing. Just the occasional queue jumper pretending not to see us.
Die rubbeln alle das Pferd.
And then the clouds began to lift. For a few short moments, the landscape revealed itself. Even surrounded by people, it felt like stepping into another world.
was willst du essen? Was willst du essen? Döner. Was ihr hier Döner haben?
Oder Rahmen. Und Eis.
Ja.
No, they did not have the typical Turkish dish döner. But there was a McDonald's, a fast food restaurant that we hardly ever visit. But this time, we were wet, cold, and hungry. So yeah, McDonald's. Not proud, but no regrets. It saved the day.
Chinese McDonald's. Wie ist denn Chinese McDonald's Erfahrung?
Overwhelming. They are calling all the numbers, but we don't understand them, so we have to be here. A lady just...
You can't trust the numbers on the monitor.
Exactly, a lady just said, don't trust the monitor. You have to listen to the numbers, which we don't understand.
Da steht 1, 6.
16, nee, 19. 19 und 20.
Yeah, at some point we got our order. Some burgers and french fries. And Emmett got his ice cream.
Tiramisu flavored mochi, I think.
Daifuku.
Sugar in our bodies meant new energy to face the crowds and the wet weather. But that wasn't even necessary, because the sky cleared up.
So we are still in the national park, Zhangjiajie, and we just hopped off the bus. The bus driver didn't even know about this stop, but luckily there was another Chinese guest, and she could help a little bit, like translation-wise, and she knew where he was supposed to stop. So, yeah, he let us out at the right spot, and now we still have to walk about 7 or 8 minutes until we are at our hotel for the night. It's at Zhangjiajie Plantation. My voice is already gone because there are so many people here in this national park. So wherever you are, if it's a site, there are tons of people and they are all screaming so loud. So if the kids ask something, I have to scream too. So my voice is almost gone already. But anyways, the sun came out. It's really beautiful right now. We had some lunch. We didn't really do that much walking as I expected. But yeah, everything is very convenient here. You know, you have one bus shuttle, you have a cable car, you have another bus shuttle, and just now another bus shuttle. So I think you could theoretically walk a lot of the places, the paths as well, but it's street. And the buses are really driving very fast. So I guess it's a...
Would be too risky.
Yeah, it would be like a security issue, I guess. So nobody's doing it. Or maybe, I don't know. Let us know. Do Chinese people not walk that much? Not hike?
Not allowed, maybe.
I don't know. So, yeah, we didn't walk as much as I anticipated. But anyways, I mean, it's also very interesting to simply just observe all these Chinese tourist groups and other people. And sometimes you meet Chinese people who want to interact with us foreigners, and some of them speak very well English, so that I would love to actually get into more conversations with them, to ask like whether they not just traveled outside of their own country, but maybe also, I don't know, lived or worked someplace in the world. I don't know. Yeah, but now...
And we're still wearing ja, wie heißt das?
Was willst du sagen?
Diese Wasserschuhe.
And we're still wearing those. Yeah, the water protection on our feet. I'm not sure. Yeah, we are still wearing it. We took off the raincoats. We still have them with us in the backpack though, because you never know. Tomorrow is another day and it might rain again. So we just keep it in case we need it tomorrow again. Like this morning, the rain, it wasn't just rain, it was tons of rain. It was like showers, yeah. There was such deep puddles, so I think it was really clever to have those handy here. Oh, and there are some hearts over here, which means we are almost there. Yeah, here, we could start the drone. We actually did. We started it earlier after we saw some locals do it. The kids were like, no, let's not do this. Like, I'm embarrassed if something goes wrong.
They didn't want to crash another drone, probably.
Yeah, they didn't want to crash it. And maybe they were also a little bit embarrassed because, I mean, many people stare at us anyways. But if you have a drone with you, even more, just stop and look at you. So, yeah, Alpay wanted to do it anyways because when there are other people around, we thought it should be allowed in this area. Yeah, let's just do another shot here at the tea plantation and then head to the hotel and just rest. Oh, and then I hope that the weather stays the way it is right now, because I heard that the hotel is supposed to have a private scenic spot which should be perfect for sunset. So I hope to get the family out of the hotel once more today for the sunset. And of course, we'll take you along.
Hello. Ah, Katzen. Miau, miau. Miau, miau. Boah, eine kratzige Stimme, ey. Halleluja.
Ja, ist eine Katze.
We have 2 cats. So, do you have a WeChat? Or maybe you can in my WeChat because I don't have a WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So any question you can give me a message.
Okay.
Who was I?
Maybe Carol. Yeah, maybe this one is Carol. Yeah. Yes. Sky. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
See you, thank you.
Yeah, keep in touch.
Keep in touch. Yes.
We'll be in the area.
Okay.
So, jetzt müssen wir doch erstmal in unsere Zimmer, oder?
Genau, also wollt ihr einmal sehen, wo Papa und ich sind?
Ja,
Okay.
Wir machen jetzt schon Kinder und Erwachsene, oder? Ja.
Wir sind hier unten B103.
Wir sind hier
Wir
unten.
sind hier unten um die Ecke, ja.
Wir sind auch unten.
Müssen wir die Wäsche durch.
Ihr seid oben.
Ja, aber wir sind auch in diesem. Hä, aber wir
Echt jetzt?
sind. Guck mal, wir sind A.
Boah, ist doch voll was. Ja. Hm? Oha.
Okay, wir B1. Okay, jeder bleibt ins Bett. Ich hole noch einen ins Bett. Okay, man hat sich schon entschieden.
Halleluja.
So here we are at YOLO Resort, tucked away in a lush tea plantation. Here it was quiet, peaceful, just what we needed. Do you remember where we started? In Beijing. High energy, high tech, high pace. And now? Now we were hiking scenic tea hills, enjoying the soft golden hour light. Views like this make traveling through China unforgettable. Tomorrow, we head deeper into Zhangjiajie National Park. Will there be rain again? And will we get to finally hike? Find out in next week's episode. Trust us, you won't want to miss this one. And don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to support our journey and get early access to our upcoming videos, join our growing community here on YouTube and be part of the story. Sai Jen from China.